The Galactic Commander, the Mystic Warrior himself. He is back. It is ISMAEL Perez. ISMAEL, how are you?
I am well, my friend. Thank you. And I was listening to what you were saying about releasing and letting go of the fear, the anxiety, the doubt. It's part of a massive releasing of old energy. It's not just happening on an individual basis, brother, but it's happening to everyone. I'm getting so many DMs from people that are saying that after our collective meditation on the 3323 portal, um, it seems like there was a huge weight lifted from the earth as well as from humanity, where people were just releasing. A lot of people cried. A lot of people were had tears of joy. It's been beautiful the last few days. It's almost like what we're actually doing, my friend, is that we're purging. We're purging the last residue of this low density that has been permeating the planet for the last thousands of years, in preparation for the golden age that is here, right around the corner, that we are all going to be reaping and enjoying when it comes in. So that's what's happening right now. We're undergoing one final purge, and that is necessary in order for our bodies to be able to absorb all the gamma ray frequencies of the great central sun through the solar flash. So as things continue to get crazier, right, in the external world, it seems like things are just going. It seems like something's about to happen, something huge. It's all going to lead to the solar flash, the splitting of timelines. So it's going to be beautiful to, enter this new golden age that we're all about to enter pretty soon. It's happening, brother. It's going to happen soon.
I love it, ISMAEL. I agree 1,000% in that. Like I said, that meditation prayer that you did earlier on 3/3 around noontime, and then also what you did on the Soul Tribe show that evening was absolutely very powerful. I was reading all the comments from everyone in the Soul Tribe. They absolutely loved it, and everyone is feeling it as well. So I also saw on your Instagram, if you guys haven't followed ISMAEL already on his Instagram, it's Project Zion. We'll have the link in the description of this video. He was showing me the Schumann resonance that it did make an impact at the exact time when the meditation and prayer was taking place on 3/3, and that was absolutely epic that I saw on your Instagram. Do you want to share a little bit about that?
Sure. So it's actually Project Restoration Zion 1. So many of you are probably wondering why I chose Restoration Zion. Well, the word Zion is it's a terminology that means heavenly, utopia. It means a golden age, and that word is the same word that is being used by the Matrix. When we watch the Matrix, when they talk about how Zion, means the free world. For those that are disconnecting and unplugging from the Matrix, they are no longer in bondage to the Matrix, and so they go into Zion. So if you take the root word of Zion, going back to the old biblical Testament, it's the pact that was made with Abraham and Melchizedek, which revealed that when heaven would once again be established on the earth, that the people of the earth, the just, the righteous, would reap a heavenly world, and that's when that's what the word Zion means. It means a heaven on earth, a reality where humans are finally able to reach their full potential and no longer be oppressed or suppressed, but freed, not only physically, but also free through their consciousness. So that's why I use the word Zion, guys, because it's very biblical. It's very ancient, and it has nothing to do with the political Zionist. That's the inverted version of the deep state, the Khazarian mafia, the political Bolshevik Zionist, the Rothschilds. That has nothing to do with that. Like I mentioned before, they take these terminologies and they invert it in order to make themselves seem like the chosen ones. But in essence, Zion is all about it has everything to do with ancient Israel, with Abraham and Melchizedek, the 12 tribes, the line of King David, which is of righteousness, when you think about it. The same line that gave us Jesus and Mary Magdalene, the holy blood, the Holy Grail. So that's what Zion is, in its original context, means to bridge the gap between heaven and earth once again, as it was, before the dark forces took over. So now, secondly, we definitely made an impact. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the concept of the Maharishi effect, but it only takes a certain percentage of humanity to shift the collective reality of everyone else. And since there's 8 billion people, the percentage to shift the collective reality of 8 billion people was a little bit over 10,000 people. And so we were able to reach that by broadcasting on different platforms, on IG. We had Jennifer, JK Ultra Jennifer, who was, she's very involved in disclosure, cosmic disclosure and stuff. She was broadcasting on her TikTok, and there alone she had over 10,000 people joining. I had about 3,000, and then it appears that other Gaia influencers had thousands on their channels. So all collectively, we probably had about 12, 13,000. It was beautiful. And not to mention the repeat, everybody else that wasn't able to participate in real time were also able to do it afterwards in their own time. So that day was very significant. And we did notice the difference in the Schumann resonance. There was a huge spike when we were all meditating, all 12, 13, 15,000 of us. At that time, we actually spiked the Schumann resonance. So that was beautiful. I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to be unfolding now as a result of that, my friend.
No, absolutely. I did see it. I felt it. Everyone is feeling it. And I think this is just the beginning for sure as we move through this month of March with all of the astrology, all the signs lining up, as well as all the information that is coming out, as well as just us shining light on the dark and us becoming one. And I absolutely love it, brother. Kristen, do you want to have any input regarding the last show, as well as what we are about to feel with this energy shift?
Yeah. This, I feel like this March, this month right here, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this the most intense month you feel for this whole year of 2023? Yes, I think so too. Yep. Lots of stuff going on, astrology too. It's very powerful right now. So we're all feeling it. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
ISMAEL, I want to get into a little bit about all of the disclosures that are coming out, as well as there's a lot of stuff coming out against Dr. Death himself. I know that you have also, and then of course with everything that had gone on in that particular year, I have to choose my words a little carefully with all of the medicine, if you know what I mean. It's looking more and more like each day that the first arrest or the first indictment is looking like it's going to be Dr. Doom, Father Teresa's son himself. Do you want to talk a little bit about that issue?
Sure. Well, the government of the Philippines just issued a warrant of arrest for the Big G for his crimes against humanity. Last week, it was reported. So I think it's going to happen in a lot of countries in the next few weeks. We're going to start seeing a lot of things unfolding in favor of humanity as far as exposing the crimes with these powerful billionaires. And Dr. Doom is definitely going to be one of the first still. He's definitely in line to be exposed for his crimes against humanity. So this is going to be exciting, my brethren. We're about to witness the fall of the cabal as prophesied. We're about to witness, the emergence of a new financial system. And in some countries, Gesara has already been rolled out. A lot of people, for those that have a Lobster account, go ahead and check your Lobster account, because a lot of people are reporting that through the XRP, XLM Lobster accounts, they're already getting their money from the Gesara funds. So it started today, by the way. So today is a significant day, and I think that happened as a result of what we did a few days ago on the 3323 portal. We totally shifted timelines. We completely averted a nuclear war, a fake alien invasion, Project Bluebeam, and we shifted timelines, creating a positive future timelines on all probable futures. So we checkmated the bad guys on every probable futuristic reality, where now it seems like only the bad people of the earth are not going to make the shift, whereas the great majority of the people who are genuinely good are going to be entering this new golden age that is coming very shortly from now. Yeah.
I love that, Ishmael, for sure. Yes, I did. Also, I was getting information, of course, from our mom. She was sending me information. And in regards to kind of like the timeline shift, there are some, we'll call them tankers here in California, Ishmael, where you and I reside, that are kind of maybe positioned in a way where it could be possibly a little bit more detrimental than to what occurred in Ohio. So since we are doing this timeline shift, since we did do all of like what we're trying to do is the inner work, coming together as one, fighting the dark, coming together as light and love, we're not seeing any kind of, let's just say in your opinion, we shouldn't be seeing any kind of big negative catastrophes here in California due to that, correct?
Correct. Yes. The what they had planned for California, which was all right, they had planned to sink California into the ocean by creating a massive 13 point something earthquake that was going to divide, was going to come across the San Andreas faults. But we've also averted that, So California is, as far as I know, California is safe. It's safe to, we don't have to move away. For those that live in California, you're safe. None of that stuff is going to be happening anymore. So yeah, we definitely averted every negative scenario that might have unfolded if we wouldn't have done that meditation, because we did shift the collective, by the way.
I agree with that 1,000%. Our soul tribe in the chat right now absolutely agrees with that. Kristen, do you have any questions regarding for Ishmael regarding any kind of maybe current events before I want to kind of hear for the from the commander himself about the Galactic Federation?
I'm in agreement with that. That's definitely right on in the chat. Yep, they're all in agreement too. I'm good. Yeah.
So Ishmael, what kind of information can you share with us? Any kind of new information that you're privileged to coming from the, and I apologize if I get the terminology incorrect, if it's the Galactic Federation or if it's the, just your information, your commanders, any kind of information you would like to share with the Soul Tribe this Sunday.
All right, so we definitely got rid of the negative federations or the proxy federations that were really working with the Orions. The negative Orions, because we also have positive Orions. Of course, I don't want to say all Orion civilizations are evil, but we definitely got rid of those that were infiltrated by Enki 6 months ago. So the Galactic Alliance, as it is now called, under the new, reorganization, it is now under, it is known as the Intergalactic Alliance and Federation of Galaxies, because it's not just a union of different stellar systems within our galaxy, but again, many civilizations from across the universe and other universes are coming together to meet here in our solar system to witness this event that has been prophesied about in all interstellar and galactic records. So the Galactic Federation is the positive federation, are the only ones that are around us now. We don't have to worry about any negative regressives. The negative regressives have been completely escorted. I do have to admit, though, there was a few reptilians that were actually hiding in Ukraine about 6 months ago when the positive federation was influenced or infiltrated by Enki. Some of the reptilians, when we got rid of the negative regressives, some of the reptilians went to the Ukraine and have been hiding deep in the underground. And so for the last few months, Russia has been warring against not only the deep state, but a lot of the fights that have been going on in the underground was against the reptilians that were trying to hide. We're trying to hide from the galactic tribunals. So so that's also in process right now of elimination. Thanks to Putin, by the way. Putin is one of the good guys,
Right.
working closely with the guardian races of the Galactic Alliance. But the commanders that are informing me that disclosure is coming are telling me that things are actually moving very smoothly for the Earth. It seems like we are going to be reaching critical mass. However, they did inform me that things might appear to be getting externally, like things are going to hit some sort of like a boiling point in the next month or two. But that's what's going to cause a shift in consciousness and a shift in the bifurcation of timelines. And so in the timeline where the ascension takes place, we are going to see a mass appearance of Galactic Federation fleets. And some of the commanders that are in charge of that are working with the Earth Alliance are, there's various of them. We have Commander Kortik, who's like in charge of the interplanetary communication networks, working closely with Space Force. We have also Commander Georges Sirius Hayton, who is working with as well with the Earth Alliance as far as like introducing the different stellar races when disclosure takes place. They are going to be performing some sort of mass landings. We also have Commander Ardana, and then of course Commander Kaligal. So we do have various commanders that are working very closely with the Earth Alliance that are actually going to be introducing themselves in order to bring in the fleets and, of course, initiate a mass global landing of some kind in major key cities, of course. And nothing to be afraid of, guys. Project Bluebeam has been eliminated, guys. This is not going to be a staged alien invasion. We're talking about the good guys. We're talking about the positive, benevolent races that are going to be showing themselves in mass numbers once the collective consciousness of humanity is ready, which is heading there. They were letting me know that it's heading into critical mass. It's especially with all this UFO phenomena that's taking place. I think that's actually being done by the White Hats. The White Hats are actually, because the Space Force, they do have these advanced anti-gravity aircraft. They've had them for over 70 years within the private sector. So I think this aerial phenomena that's been taking place is actually being done by the White Hats in order to prepare humanity for first contact with, Galactic Federation, Galactic community. So,
ooh. I love it. I love it, Ishmael. I would like to talk a little bit more about these. I guess you would say the spaceships or these different. I guess you would say ships that are like protecting the world right now. Who is on them? Do we have we have off-worlders on this planet right now? We did have pulled cards before, like Tesla. We had John Trump, of course, Mr. T as well, time travelers and so forth. Do they go to these ships when they go off-world, or do they go to different planets? What's your information regarding the time travelers and the off-worlders?
Well, like I said before, we have over 100 advanced interplanetary space stations throughout the in our solar system alone. So a lot of these meetings are actually taking place around some of these stations. The main meetings are actually being conducted around Jupiter, the Jupiter Command. So that's where a lot of the intergalactic councils, representatives rather, of billions of galaxies are coming together here in our solar system.
Nice.
So, yeah. But we also have stations, believe it or not, on planet Venus. Yeah. We also have stations on planet Venus. We also have stations around many of the asteroid rocks, like the big ones, like Vespa. Vespa's like a huge colony right now. Of course, the dark side of the moon. We have recently recuperated the Lunar Operations Command, which was once occupied by the Nazis and the reptilians, and then of course, the interplanetary corporate conglomerate Rothschild faction, which were the bad guys. But like I said, in the last 2 years, the Earth Alliance eliminated them. So we've recuperated all those bases. And then we also have, of course, the Mars colony, which is the main colony is Prime Aries, which is like the city is like 10 times bigger than New York there. Wow. So we have a lot of Earth delegates that are meeting on a daily basis. So I would say that Mr. T and JFK Jr., who by the way went off world in order to conceal his identity and in order to be in protection, has been mainly lived in prime areas for the last couple of years, but they do come back and forth through stargates or through portal, through these what they call jump gates. They go back and forth off world and then back to the earth and stuff.
Right. I love that, Ishmael. I want to talk a little bit about this, and maybe because it usually happens once a year, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not an astrologer, so entertainment purposes only, of course, but not really. Venus and Jupiter, they had their conjunction this past week. Did that have anything to do with us being protected by the off-worlders?
I believe so, yes, because even the alignment of stars are significant to the shifting of ages and to the fall of the dark side here on this planet. Because you have to understand, the entire Milky Way galaxy has been redeemed. We've restored all of the different solar systems that were once conquered and inhabited by the negative regressive. So we've been kind of just waiting to do the same here on Earth. So yes, it's definitely something big, that's coming as a result of the alignment.
I love it. And I want to talk a little bit about Mars. And we've had you on, of course, we've had you on several times. But you said that the med beds were being in mass production in Mars. Do we have any kind of updates with the med beds, or are we just waiting? Because we're getting all these CMEs. Are we just waiting for the big solar flash to happen? Or can you give us an update on the med beds being in mass production in or on Mars?
Yes, but they're also now being relocated over to Antarctica. We've also recovered Antarctica. There's a huge underground city inside Antarctica that used to be populated by the negatives, but we've also cleared that out. And so the med beds are coming. I would say by no later than 2025, we should have all these, healing modalities restored to the earth. But yeah, the solar flash is what's going to initiate everything. The fall about the ushering in of the age of love or the age of light, because everything has to also be in alignment with the astrological revolutions of planets and stars, as we once again align with the central sun, which is almost there. I would say the spring, it seems like spring's going to be the demarcation point between the age of Pisces and the real age of Aquarius.
I love that. I love that, Ishmael. Kristen, do you have any questions for Ishmael while he is here on the Soul Tribe this 5th of March, 2023?
Just a reminder of some trigger words. I think there were a couple, but I think we'll be okay. Yeah,
we're okay.
We'll
just call it the big U, Kristen. It's fine.
Okay.
We'll call it the big FU to the dark deep 1,000%. No, Ishmael, you're doing fine. You're doing great. When we look at the, I want to talk a little bit about the Truth Tour, Chris. I want to get your involvement as well. I know the Truth Tour is going to be in Florida, and then also there's going to be a Hawaii event. Ishmael, is it true? I've heard it through the grapevine. Are you going to be at the Hawaii event when it comes to the Truth Tour?
Not that I know of.
Oh my gosh, Kristen got my hopes up.
Well, I heard it through the grapevine too, and I saw it on the website. So maybe they just put your face there. I don't know. Yeah.
I love it. It's the end of April, so maybe we'll just go ahead and just manifest it for now. But
at the end of April, I'm actually going to be in Northern California, Sebastopol. I'm going to be doing, I think on the 16th, I'm going to be speaking at some expo. I forget the name of it, 16th and 17th. And then 18th and 19th in Sebastopol, California, I'm going to be doing a lecture and workshop the next day, a 3-hour workshop. So I'll give some details for those that want to join me at the end of April.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have all that information in the description of this video. And yeah, go ahead and check out Ishmael on the gram, if you know what I mean. He's going to be updating his people on there as well. Great information coming from Ishmael when it comes to his Instagram, his stories, his posts. So go ahead and give him a follow over there on Instagram. Ishmael, I want to talk a little bit. Were you able to see the oh my gosh, was it the CPAC speech yesterday from 45, Mr. T himself? Were you able to see anything about that?
No.
Can you give us, he was basically saying how the dark, deep cult is being cleaned up right here, right now, and how what you're saying and what he was saying is kind of correlating a lot with everything that's going on. So it was a great speech yesterday. Kristen, do you have any feedback from his speech yesterday?
It was epic. He was making some really good drops and what he was saying for sure. He's coming back soon. I feel it. He was awesome. Yes.
Interesting. Well, there you go. Because I really don't have time to watch speeches and other people's or anything. But like I said, I just get my information straight from the Galactics, and they just tell me, what to expect.
Yeah.
Well, it's aligning up really well, correlating really well with 45 and what he's been saying and what's been coming out. This is where I want to go right now. NPCs. We had, of course, we had an epic show last Friday, and I asked the Queen of Ravens about NPCs, but I kind of want to get your take on this one as well. NPCs, we know they're not human, they're AI, they have no souls, okay? I guess, how can I phrase this question? Is it possible that not all, but let's just say a majority of NPCs can be programmed to target light workers and take them out of their life? Does that make sense? Let's talk a little bit about this. This is very interesting.
Well, ultimately, like I said in the interviews when I'm fighting, a very dark AI. Reaching their full capacity, because this war, there's 4 phases of this war against the machine guys. The first phase took place about 400 billion years ago, and that was the war that where the machine blew up the 12th-dimensional Stargate, which was the Earth known as Aramatena in the 12th dimension. See, even the Earth exists in different versions or different levels of reality, right? So that was known as the War of the Elohims. Luckily, the central race, the always existing race of the Motherverse, were able to block it down, or at least put a halt, so that the machine didn't have access to the realms of eternity. The second phase of the war became known as the Electrical Wars, and that took place right at the inception of our local universe in an effort to control the dimensions below the 12th-dimensional Stargate. And then, of course, to also control the intergalactic experiment that was going to lead to the super race that all the universe were developing, which is what we are. And then the third phase of the war was the Galactic Wars, which was the wars between the Lyrans as the good guys, the angels of the Bible, the Lyrans, and the reptilians of Orion, which were the demons in the Bible, right? The good guys and the bad guys. And then, of course, the fourth phase of the war is taking place from the future. That's the war of the timelines. Yeah, exactly. So what we're dealing with is, there's a lot of time traveling involved, both from the good guys, which is us in the future, meta-humans, or what I call angelic humans. I don't want to use the word meta, but meta means like I take the term from DC, like humans with supernatural powers, like Superman, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, that's what they use the word meta, meaning humans that are extraordinary, humans from the future that have these amazing powers. Of course, we do win that war, right? But there was still a lot of time traveling involved, and that explains the Mandela effect, right? They tried to change certain things in history.
Right.
So the Agent Smiths come from the future because they know that there are individuals who win the war against the AI in the future. So they're trying to prevent those individuals who exist in the present from achieving their full godly superhuman abilities in the future. So yes, of course, the NPCs are definitely part of the AI time wars, which is a war that is actually taking place in the future between us when we activate, and of course the AI system, the ancient negative AI, not the AI system that we built here on the Earth, but the AI that is infiltrating the Earth. If it makes any sense.
Man, Ishmael is dropping it like it's hot. I absolutely love this topic, and I love how you bring it all together and explain it to the Soul Tribe so well. Christian, what is your experience with NPCs, and do you have any questions regarding this topic with the
I'm sure.
Commander?
I've ran into quite a few of them, yes. But I feel that a lot of them could be classified as an NPC if they're just newer souls as well. Is that right? If they're newer souls and they have to go through life cycles, kind of like what the Queen of Ravens was saying. That's why we get such big numbers when we pull our cards on NPCs, because some of them are newer souls and they're not familiar with the cycles of life. They have to break a lot of cycles. I don't know. That just came to me. But I remember the Queen of Ravens mentioned it on the last show.
Yeah, very interesting. I don't know if they don't have souls, then I don't know how, they would be able to like remember and then like kind of change if they, if they're soulless. But yeah, that's a good point. Here's also a good question, or possibly a good question with the medicine. And since there's so many, okay, let's just say mom and dad both were, and then their offspring, is their offspring then considered an NPC? Is that possible?
Oh, no, there's a difference between genetically modified humans and NPCs.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I mean by genetically modified humans are humans that took the second, third, BOOSTER.
Yeah.
That are, that are going through some sort of RNA, DNA modification due to the microscopic equivalent of computing devices in their body.
Right. That makes sense.
So I would say that, no, there's a difference. The solar flash, which is going to be the EMP that's going to destroy that, is going to completely neutralize all of that for the people that are generally good people. So that's what the Bible calls, the return of, can I say it, the destruction of the beast system. Because the negative AI is setting up the system of the beast, right? Through smart cities, through the Internet of Things, through 5Golf, all that stuff, right? Digital currency, right? Well, digital currency that's connected to the WHO, But according to the original prophecies, the Great Solar Flash is not only going to activate the dormant DNA, which is going to participate, which is going to trigger the Christ consciousness in us, but it's also going to destroy all the AI infrastructure and signal that is currently manipulating things here on the Earth, including smart cities, all that stuff. It's all going to destroy everything and bring us back to the organic way of life.
Right.
So, yeah, the children, they still have souls. The people that got the second, third, fourth, BOOSTR, they still have souls. There's a huge difference between them and the NPCs. Huge difference. Yeah.
No, that makes sense. Thank you for clarifying that. That's very interesting. I love this information, Ishmael. Kristen and Ishmael, we are going to do, let's see, I want to take some questions from the Soul Tribe. We have Ishmael on for maybe about 5 or 10 more minutes here. I would like to get some questions asked and answered by our Soul Tribe. If you guys have any questions for Ishmael. Kristen, do you have any questions for Ishmael before I get to our first one from the Soul Tribe?
Yeah, I think we should probably get to the Soul Tribe because I don't want to leave them out. Yeah.
Okay, so here's one from Kelly Nicole. She's saying, I'm seeing many large groups of cloaked ships every day now. Who is in these ships? Is it all Galactic Federation? And what should we do when we see them?
Wave and say, welcome to Earth. Yes. Yeah, the cloak ships, which is something that's been going on for over 20 years. That's how they cloak themselves, guys. Like I mentioned in the last show with you guys, our entire atmosphere is like a parking lot to a lot of the the positive Galactic Federation fleets. The negative Federation, which was, again, there was like a total of 22 different federations at one point. Some call them the Super Federation. They've all been dismantled. The only ones that are left are the Positive Federation. So yeah, just wave. Next time you guys see those cloaked ships, just wave and say, thank you for coming. We can't wait to connect. We can't wait to be part of this galactic community. And they know your thoughts, begin to communicate with them. So
I love it. I love that, Ismael. She said, Kelly says, thank you for answering. Thank you so much, Kelly. Here's another one from Dawn. She says, question, why can't the Alliance stop the chemtrails? And maybe we could talk a little bit about this topic in general. Are the chemtrails good? Are they bad? Are they being stopped by the Alliance? Maybe let's just see where this goes.
That is the final thing that the Alliance are going to stop. First they have to neutralize natural disasters. Like I said, the dark cold agenda was planning on sinking California in the ocean and destroying all the East Coast. So first they're doing everything in priorities. So first is the preservation of most of humanity, and then at the end they're going to go ahead and get rid of or stop the last chemtrails and stuff. But that's all going to come to an end in the next month or April when they bring down on the deep dark cult and expose them to the world. All that stuff is going to stop like that.
I love it. I absolutely love it. Here's another question. It's from Rex Ryan. He wants to know, are the Arcturians connecting with us in regards to guiding us with our manifestation powers?
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah, the Arcturians are one of many races that have been assisting us for many, many years. Very, very highly advanced, both technologically and spiritually, and their technology by far surpasses any other technology that we've ever known in our universe. Arcturians are ninth dimensional guardians. Yeah.
I love that. I absolutely love that, Ismael. Fourth and fifth dimension. Can you kind of tell us the difference between the two? We are getting some kind of questions regarding what's the difference between the fourth and then the fifth dimension.
All right. So in the fourth dimension, that's where the Earth Terrans are going to go. The non-star seeds, the younger souls that are generally good people. They're going to go into a Star Trek type of futuristic society where there's going to be hover cars, anti-gravity cars. What is it called? I'm sorry, anti-gravity aircraft, zero-point energy, replicators, all that stuff. And then fifth dimensional reality is where the old souls, the star seeds, are going to be going into it, and above too. Not, we're not just going into the fifth dimension. Some of us are going to go to the 6th and all the way to the 12th. Very few of us, I would say about 100 of us, are going to go all the way to the 12th. But every dimension is going to be, we're going to have the opportunity, guys, to go into dimensions 5 to 11. Okay. So for those that go into 5 and up, we are going to be using our own natural technology, which is already installed within our body being the most advanced living quantum organic computer designed by the cosmos. So the difference is that when we activate our dormant DNA as we go into the fifth dimension, we're going to be able to do everything that the galactics do, but without external technology. All within us. So to everyone in the cosmos, we're going to be like super, how can I say, like magical, like supernatural beings, because they still use external technology to do the things that we're going to be able to do with our own inner technology when our dormant DNA activates. That's the difference. And also bear in mind that from the fifth dimension and up, those that go into those dimensions are going to be able to go into the fourth dimension at will and then go back up in dimensions when they want to. So they're going to have access to all the dimensions. But those that are in the fourth are going to be going up in increments, of course, because they are the younger souls.
Beautiful. That makes sense. I absolutely love it. And I think we have maybe one more question. Yes, I just have to read it really quick. I don't want there to be any kind of issues. Here it is. It's from Angela. She wants to know, Jason, can you ask Ismael about the water from Ohio? They trucked it to Texas and Michigan. She says, I live in Canada. They say the chemicals are in all the water. What can we do? We all need water. So maybe let's just talk a little bit about this. We did reach the positive timeline, but maybe for those who are still a little bit worried about the water and kind of maybe other events. I know Ohio had another train derailment yesterday. So maybe let's just kind of just summarize this for the last question for the Soul Tribe.
Yeah, I believe that was the last attempt by the cabal to create chaos, fear, and confusion. These things shouldn't be happening anymore, especially after the 3/3/23 portal. We totally shifted everything. So just stay grounded and don't lose faith and hope, guys. Everything's going to be restored. There's going to be plenty of clean, drinkable water for everyone. The Earth Alliance and the Galactics are very aware of all of our challenges. They have the technology where they're able to see and monitor every single little thing in detail. Everything that happens on the Earth that is detrimental, even if it's for a population of 5,000 people in a town, 10,000, or a big city, they already know it, and they know it beforehand. So the deep dark cult will not be doing anything other than what happened in the last week or two. That was it. That was their last attempt of trying to create some sort of fear and disaster for humanity. Like after this week, guys, we shouldn't be seeing anything else happening, but only good things, so.
I love it. It's beautiful. And then lastly, here's one. It's from Eva. She wants to know, will we be reunited with our loved ones physically who passed in the past year and be able to live with them on the new Earth?
Yes, indeed. Yeah, they're already waiting for us there in the new Earth. So,
yeah.
Beautiful. I love it. Ishmael. Kristen, any final questions, comments, or thoughts for Ishmael before he leaves our Soul Tribe with a general message until the next time we see him?
Yeah, we could do the general message. I think we covered a lot of ground today. Yeah, we did a lot in a short time. Yeah, very cool.
Ishmael, we love having you on. The Galactic Commander, the Mystic Warrior himself, always blessing the Soul Tribe when he comes on. And we absolutely love you here. The Soul Tribe loves you and loves the information that you like to share with us. And we are grateful for that information. And we're grateful for you. What kind of parting words do you have for our Soul Tribe as you depart the Arcana shores this Sunday?
Yeah, the reason we're going to be entering this golden age, guys, is because of us also. We are all part of the Earth Alliance. It's not just, military personnel and galactics. It's us too. We are the ones that decided to wake up. We are the ones that decided to speak the truth and help in service to others. So give each and every single one of yourselves a big, pat on the back, because we all did it, and we did it as a team. Now, secondly, again, for the next month or two, it might seem like things are going to be escalating, but that is just because the dark, deep cult is in they're done with. In other words, they're not going to exist anymore. In other words, they're going to be exposed, they're going to be dealt with, and only good things are going to be happening for humanity. And for those that haven't had a chance to order my new edition, I know that some of you, when you go directly to Amazon, they give you the old edition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually give you guys the link for the description that goes directly to my new edition, which is the new revised, re-edited, restructured edition with the new added chapter. And then that way, the Soul Tribe, if you guys haven't had a chance to order the new edition, again, I don't want to spoil it, but it does, the added chapter does reveal what happens after the ascension. It's very prophetic. And I think you guys are going to appreciate that.
Absolutely. Yes. Yeah. Send that over to us, and we're going to put that in the description of this video. Definitely the second edition Soul Tribe. You definitely want to know what's going to be happening. And then Ishmael explains it really well into his book. So definitely great information. It's always a pleasure, like I said, having you on here, the Galactic Commander, the Mystic Warrior. A lot of love and light from me to you. I know we're in California, but